Hello, it's great to have you back. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like in your comments below, and I hope you watch until the end. First, we're going to talk about the second quarter, considering macroeconomics for Brazil and US. On this first chart here, we can see inflation, how both American and Brazilian inflation were stepped up towards a high of 12% or 11.9% here in Brazil and 9% in US until June 2022. Those two white circles, they stress when the Brazilian Central Bank and Fed started to increase their interest rates. You can see that the time was different, but also the level. In the green line, the Brazilian Central Bank rose its interest rate when the inflation was around 6%, while in US was around 8%. But don't forget that quantitative easing, when the US government started to purchase $200 billion in bond a month for a couple of months, for many months actually. So you should take that into account. Nevertheless, we can check how the interest rates behaved here better. For the second quarter of 2021, Brazil, or the Brazilian Central Bank, started to raise its interest rates towards a steep incline here versus 2.5% in US. Our currency has depreciated 10.9% as we have previously forecasted in the first quarter because of the Fed hawkishness. In the last meeting in July now, they increased by 0.75% and might increase 2 or 3 times again in the future. So they will reach around 4%. That's what the market is forecasting, 4% of interest rates in US in order to control. In the next chart, if you can check the relationship between inflation and interest rates. Interest rates in orange and inflation in blue. They are pretty much interwoven here throughout the decades, right? But at the very end, you can see a decoupling. And that's the core issue of this video. This decoupling and this gap is what the Fed is trying to shorten in the short term, and it might be not enough, raising its interest rates by 3 or 4%. Comparing the historical values, we can see that, for instance, in 1978, 1979 with Paul Volcker, they were pretty much the interest rates and the inflation were pretty much matched up, and now they're pretty much far away. So will that be sufficient by raising at 4%? We will see in the near future how that's going to be unfold. And the last point that we want to stress, and people are talking, is election. In Brazil, yes, we are electing our president. And how will the market behave? We're going to check the last 6 elections, and you can see on this chart here that in the red line, when was the first time that the left party took the government, the far left took government, it had a steep incline here. The market was worried about how would that be. Nevertheless, as the orthodox approach towards economy and with a good tide of commodities, the currency came to a lower level. You can see the orange line here, and very steady, and then reaching the apogee of our currency value in 2010, as you can see in the green line here, steady and low level. Nevertheless, with a fiscal deficit, our currency went to a new level in 2014 and then 2018, reaching a higher level of concern about the market. So in 2022, as you can see in the green line, considering the whole year, it is decreasing 10.6%, considering the dollar increase of 10.9% for the second quarter. But towards the end, what we can talk about in this video is that either party, right or left, both are already known by the market. So no matter which party takes place, the market is already prepared for either one of it. So the election year shall not play a huge role for our currency, but only how hawkish will Fed be for the next couple of months. And that's pretty much it. It was a joy to have you here, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.